Yeah, so musical intro. Here I come, Mortimer Snerd the Third. That was, of course, the James Brown remix. Everybody loves James Brown, right? Right. So here we are at the Red Bull Ring, and I'm in the Audi R8 Evo 16, I think, and Audi R8. I really like this car. I probably say that about all the cars that I drive, but one of the things I really dig about this car is the sounds, the transmission whine, the gear shift, the exhaust, all of that, all of those sounds, all of those aural effects that just heighten the enjoyment of this car for me. So, check it out. Also, about the Red Bull Ring, this track to me is famous because of DTM running there, and I believe that MotoGP also runs there. So it's an actual track that has some cool features, elevation changes down the hill, flat front straight, and up this slight hill, and turn left. Nice cambered turn, and it's a cool track. I mean, it seems simple at first, but it's not. I guess because of the hard rights and the sneaky hairpins. But it's a nice track, and I really wish that GT7 would somehow manage to bring back the DTM cars of the 2012, 15. That era where they were running the Audi RS5. I really enjoyed that. You know, we had Joey Hand was driving a BMW, and we had Mike Rockenfeller rocking the Audi RS5, and there are a bunch of other drivers. Farfus, sorry, and yeah, so that was a cool era for me. I really enjoyed that, but I know that's a big ask. So, but I put it out there anyway. So yeah, as usual, I'm racing against the AI bots. They're not really intelligent bots. And this is post update 0.25. So I didn't really notice any big differences in handling, I think. Maybe that's not true. But this car definitely always handles pretty well. And oh yeah, yes, I am driving a slammed racing R8. The suspension is pretty much dropped all the way down. There's still some room to go further down, but yeah, it's a slammed R8. And here I am in 14th place, trying to make it through this pack, and against the car control, that Lexus RCF just tagged me at the right rear quarter and almost spun me out, but I was able to hold on. So yeah, even though it's a slammed R8, it handles really well. And it doesn't have any dive, doesn't have any body roll, and it's very, I would say compliant, but you know, it's virtual, so you really can't feel the suspension in the seat of your pants, but it's a really well handling ride. And the aero, you know, so suspension and aero are big for me. But we're in the cabin, so I'm going to shut up and let you listen to the sounds I was talking about earlier. Box, box, box. That turn comes up, well, the pit entrance comes up really quickly, so I have to kind of dive in there. All right, let's walk through this lap. And this is the front straight, start finish line. And the pit delta is still annoying. I wish they would fix that. And the reason why I say it's annoying, turn one, hard right up a hill, and then down. Because I lose, say, 30 seconds in a pit, but when you see the AI come in with maybe 25% gas, they are in and out a lot of times before I even make two turns anywhere on the track. So that's a serious imbalance. And this is turn two. The turns are really sharp. So positioning, brake in a straight line, hit your apex. But when you're braking in a straight line, you really need to be as far to the opposite side of the apex as possible. So here's the right turn. I'm getting far left, brake, accelerate out of the turn, accelerate and go. And even though it's a slightly double apex, but more of a curve, I don't know how to technically describe it. So here we are, a left turn, and on the apex, accelerate out. I don't really need to draft, and yeah, AI tapped me again, pushed me off, so there goes my clean race bonus. We don't account for that. And it's another short straight, down a slight hill. Oh yeah, and it starts to rain during this race. I actually have done this race maybe 3 times before this, and it never rained. This was the first time it rained. So I started the race on hard racing tires, and during the pit stop, I went back onto hard racing tires. But I guess the key takeaway for you is that even though it's raining and you can see the rooster tails from the wetness of the track, that I'm not losing any traction. Saying it all to say, don't worry about putting on intermediates, because the traction is good on this track. For whatever reason that is, I don't know if it's a mistake on the programmer's part, but I was fine. I was a little bit concerned. It's not like Tokyo Expressway where you start sliding all over the place. You keep a very good amount of grip, almost like the track is dry. So it rains and it rains and it pours and it pours, and we don't have any standing water. All right, down a hill. I forget which turn this is. I don't know the names of the corners or the straights on this track, so I'm not even gonna try and pretend. But I'm in 11th place. This is lap 7. And what I've been doing with fuel maps, and I'm a bit all over the place, but I've been playing with the fuel maps during the race. I don't set it and forget it. I usually, I believe in this race, I stayed between 3 to 1. 3, 2, and 1. Passing that M3, passing this. Come on, Viper. Bye, Viper. Okay, dive into the turn, and the Viper taps me in the back, and there's the Evo getting squirrely. We always see that in the races with this Evo 10. Pretty much a lot of the cars, they get squirrely. And I don't know if that's supposed to be because of the rain, but on other tracks in the dry, it's like all over the place. At any rate, So as I was saying, I've been using fuel maps 3, 2, and 1, and it really depends on the situation. But for this track that's not very long, you really can do 2 to 1. The car is really good on fuel consumption. So I'm saying that and laughing because one of the races I did with this, I kept it on 1 for the whole race and I ran out of fuel on the final lap, on the final straight, and I lost 2 places. So take what I said with a grain of salt. Use fuel map 1 sparingly. I would say 3 and 2 would probably be your best bet. So it looks really hazy. It's still raining a bit, or misting, or fog. I'm not sure what's going on out there. But the traction is still good. That's the most important thing. And I've made it up to 6th place, lap 8. I want to be quiet again. Enjoy the ride. Yeah, so behind this train of cars, I've made it up to 5th and lap 9, next to last lap. Trying to keep it clean. I just tapped the Subaru, so if I did have a clean race bonus, I just lost it. Subaru comes in, get past. I like to stay off the rumble strips, and maybe this isn't a good place to be because you can see that Huracan is trying to come back in, but who's best on the brakes? The Huracan contact again, rubbing. Just joined at the hip right there. Tapped again. I guess this is like a real GT race where there's a lot of contact, but trying to get a little slipstream, get out of the slipstream, and one of the first place cars I think tapped out, went into the pit, got past first place, keep it clean, and the Acura got past me again, but I'm going to use this slipstream draft and just pull through because this is a nice little straight and have pretty decent top speed here. And I can't emphasize enough, get that aero as high as you can get it to stay within the performance points. And yeah, so slammed Audi R8 Evo, and it, as you can see, I've had these tires on for 6 laps, pretty much, and the traction is good to go. I could probably run another couple of laps on these tires. Short track, but it's a lot of fun if you haven't done it before. And yeah, see, not even sliding. Whereas I think either earlier iterations of the game or different cars, I would have been sliding at that point because the tires are old. Final lap. Coming around the turn. Any contenders? Nobody comes dive bombing out of nowhere. In some races, you know, you have back markers, or not back markers, cars that you've passed come flying down and just try and pass you like like it's a video game. So there's the flag, first place. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching.